Hello guys and girls, today we are going to start with chapter number 1 of your NCERT science book. I know you have been preparing really hard for your 10th board examinations, but do not pressurize yourselves. Take my advice, these are just another exams similar to those you have been giving for the past 10 years of your life. So relax and concentrate with me for the next two videos and you will see how easy I have made chapter 1, chemical reactions and equations for you. I promise if you pay attention to my videos and notes, you would not need any additional tuition classes or reference books. These videos are enough. So let's start with chapter number 1, chemical reactions and equations. What is a chemical reaction? Whenever a chemical change occurs, we say that a chemical reaction has taken place. So what is this chemical change we are talking about? A change in state or in color or in temperature or an evolution of a gas can be referred to as chemical change. So remember these 4 points: state, color, gas, temperature. Any change in these can be referred as chemical change. We are going to discuss 3 activities here. Each of these 3 activities contain one metal each. In the first activity, we are going to deal with magnesium as its metal. So activity 1.1 says clean a magnesium ribbon of about 2 cm long. Clean it by using sandpaper so that it removes all the impurities. Hold it with a pair of tongs. Burn it using the spirit lamp or a burner. Collect the ash and watch class. Remember, while burning, do not go really close to the burner and neither do look at the flame directly. What do you observe? While burning the ribbon burns with a dazzling white flame. It is a really strong white light which comes out of that ribbon. It changes into a white powder then. So what is the chemical reaction you observe? We observe that magnesium, when it burns in the presence of oxygen, it converts to magnesium oxide. That is the metallic oxide which is produced of magnesium. You can write it in shorter form, that is 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. Oxygen, as it cannot exist independently, it exists in the molecule O2, whereas Mg can exist independently. But to balance it, we have multiplied it with 2 on the LHS and multiplied the whole product with 2 as well, so that the law of conservation of mass is preserved. Starting with the second activity, in step 1, take lead nitrate solution in a test tube. Lead nitrate solution is colorless in nature. Step 2, add potassium iodide solution to this. Even potassium iodide is colorless. But when you will notice that when you mix potassium iodide solution to lead nitrate solution, the solution starts to turn yellow. So how does a colorless solution turns yellow? That's because a reaction has been taking place in the background. That is, lead nitrate plus potassium iodide turns to lead iodide and potassium nitrate. This can be written in shorter form, that is PbNO3 whole twice plus 2Ki gives 2KNO3 plus PbI2. So let's discuss about the third activity. In the third activity, we are talking about zinc. So zinc is the metal we are talking about. Take a few zinc granules in a conical flask or in a test tube. Add dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid to it. Observe and touch the test tube. Observations: bubble formation and gas evolved. Conical flask or test tube gets heated up. Why did it happen? The chemical reaction involved here is zinc in the presence of dilute sulfuric acid converts to zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is evolved. So that bubbles you saw were of hydrogen gas and the fumes were also of hydrogen gas. That can be written in shorter form, that is Zn in solid form plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2. Now, similarly, this is for hydrochloric acid as well, that zinc in the presence of hydrochloric acid gives zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. Remember, the acids you use must be diluted and not directly used in their pure state. It might be really corrosive. After having discussed about chemical reactions, let's see what are chemical equations. Chemical equations can be written in simpler forms of reactants on the left-hand side and products on the right-hand side. What are reactants? The substances that undergo chemical change in the reaction are called reactants. Now what is the product? Product is the new substance formed during the reaction. How can we write a chemical equation? Writing a chemical equation is really easy. You can write it in word equations. It shows the change of reactants to products through an arrow placed between them. The reactants are written on left hand side with a plus sign between them. Similarly, products are written on the right side, that is the RHS, with a plus sign between them. Arrowheads point towards the product and shows the direction of the reaction. For example, magnesium plus oxygen are the reactants that are written on the LHS, and they give magnesium oxide as the product which is written on the RHS. So this, after having one form of writing the chemical equation, let's discuss the other form, that is skeletal chemical equation. It is written with a chemical formula instead of words. So we are not writing words directly, that is magnesium is not written as magnesium, it is written as Mg. It is an unbalanced chemical equation for a reaction, that is mass is not equal on both sides of the equation. That is why it is not preferred to write skeletal chemical equation. Always write the chemical equations in its balanced state. So you see here, Mg plus O2 gives MgO. This is the reaction we have studied earlier as well, but then where it was balanced, that was 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. Always write it like that. Notice LHS, on LHS 2 molecules of oxygen with 1 molecule of magnesium, while on RHS there is 1 molecule each of magnesium and oxygen. Hence it is not balanced. So what is a balanced chemical equation? Here, because the skeletal chemical equation was not balanced, there came the need of balancing it. Based on the law of conservation of mass, in balanced chemical equation, the number of atoms of each element remains same before and after the chemical reaction. So Mg plus O2 gives MgO was the skeletal chemical equation. We should write it as 2Mg plus O2 gives 2MgO. That is the balanced chemical equation. Now how do you balance a chemical equation? It is very easy. It is a simple mere hit and trial method. First step is write the skeletal equation and box out the formulas. For example, we are taking Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Now Fe is one formula, H2O is another, Fe3O4 is another, and H2 is another. Box them out, right? Make a box around them. It's very easy. Now fill the table with the number of atoms. Element, number of atoms in reactants and in products. You see, Fe on the LHS is just 1, H2O for H is there are 2 number of atoms, O 1. Fe3O4 on the RHS has got 3 number of Fe, 4 of O, and H2 has got 2 atoms of hydrogen. After you have filled the table, now your task is to select the element with maximum number of atoms. You notice that oxygen has got maximum number of atoms on the product side, that is 4. Here, oxygen can be balanced by multiplying 4 on the H2O. So you multiply 4 to H2O. Now oxygen is balanced, that is 4 on LHS and 4 on RHS. Note that do not temper with the chemical formula. That is, you cannot make H2O as H2O4. You always have to take it as H2O and you multiply it on the outer side, so that you are not tempering with the chemical formula. Now the second step is to balance hydrogen atoms, as now the new table, according to the new table, Fe has got still 1 and 3, H has turned to 8 and 2, while oxygen is balanced, that is 4 and 4 on both LHS and RHS side. To make hydrogen atoms equal, we have to multiply the product by 4 to make it 8 on each side. So we do it by Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4. Till now it is all same. Then you do multiply 4 to H2, so that it is 8 now. So the new formula will be Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Now hydrogen is also balanced and oxygen was balanced earlier, so all you have to do is balance Fe. So next you do is, you notice that Fe is 1 on LHS and 3 on RHS, thereby you have to multiply 3 on the LHS side. Note that you do it and you will find the formula, that is 3Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. This is the balanced chemical equation, but is it complete? No. To make it complete, we have to denote physical states as well. Note that it is not important or necessary to denote the physical states, but then it is advisable to do so. Why it is advisable to do so? As it will give you a complete chemical equation. So to denote this particular chemical equation, we can write Fe as it is in its solid form, H2O in its gaseous form, Fe3O4 in its solid form, and H2 is again it's in gaseous form. So we can write it as 3FeS in braces S plus 4H2OG gives Fe3O4S plus 4H2G. Sometimes you do it and the reaction conditions such as temperature, pressure, catalyst, etc. for the reaction are indicated above the arrow of the equation. Now we'll be discussing about the types of chemical reaction. Chemical reactions involve the breaking and making of bonds between atoms to produce new substances. What are the 4 types of chemical reactions we are going to study in this chapter? That are combination reaction, decomposition reaction, oxidation and reduction reaction, and displacement reaction. Thank you for watching part 1 of this. Video. Please do watch part 2 for the detailed discussion of types of reactions. Please do like, subscribe, and hit on that bell icon so that you can watch the upcoming videos as soon as they are released. Thank you.